I took the LP to Los Angeles. I had a friend there who was doing the director's course at UCLA Film and Television School. I really wanted to make links between UCLA to Film and Television School and the Junction. And I was also talking to a theatre there called Adamson Theatre on Vine. And it so happened that Derek Jacobi, or Sir Derek Jacobi, and Isla Blair were turning up there with his version of Byron's Life. And I took a couple of friends to see the show and went back and said hello to him. So I'd met him about 5 or 6 times at the Arts, of course, and he brought that show to the Arts Theatre on a Sunday show. And a very nice man, of course, Sir Derek Jacobi. A lot of time for him. He was the first one to come up with a donation when the theatre started launching its appeal, which I think you saw a grey poster earlier, which was from that, 1986, I think it was. And, of course, Ian McKellen, Prunella Scales, Dame Peggy Ashcroft. Oh, they all turned up. Peter Hall, Trevor Nunn, all these luminaries who had been, of course, through Cambridge Arts Theatre and studying with Dardie Rylands, who was, of course, the bursar to Maynard Keynes at King's College. So it was very good of Derek Jacobi to be there first for the theatre and give an amount of money to that. Of course, later the lottery fund came into it, where they got, I think, about £7 million in the end to rebuild the theatre entirely, because of course they had very bad disabled access, and actually in places the main floor was coming away from the walls by 2 or 3 inches and so on. In 1936, I think Maynard Keynes had kind of pushed for it to be built very quickly, so it wasn't necessarily built very well, although of course it had held together since 1936. So, well, it needed to be rebuilt. It was true. It's sad to see the old building, though, completely changed. And at the end up in 1992, I was given the impression by Stephen Walton, here's £250, go away or you'll be sacked, rather than a redundancy payment for 11 years service to the Trust, with this blip from Patricia Myers in amongst it as well. And I'd left in '89 to go to America and promote this LP and do all this stuff, and then I'd come back from that, and they'd wanted me to return to the theatre stage door, so I did. And at that time then I was working 6 nights a week, every night at the theatre stage door. But I'd been quite successful with the LP in America, and we'd got some recognition for the thing we were trying